Welcome everyone. We are in the French Riviera, the Côte d'Azur, as known in French, the Blue Coast. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and we are starting off our adventure through this beautiful area of southern France here in Nice. And we are on a bus tour, double-decker bus tour. Cost me €23, dodging trees, and we're gonna enjoy gorgeous views. Join me and let me know where you're tuning in from. Oh my god. That's funny. Oh wow. I'm already loving the architecture. Ooh, yachts. Yes. Exactly what I wanted to see. I gotta see which one I'll rent a little bit later, which yacht. The bigger one looks good, that one. Yeah. So we are live right now, today, August 2022. In Nice, France. Nice is located in the French Riviera, which is South France. There's Provence, and then further east you have this region of the Riviera, also known as the Côte d'Azur. Famous for its yachting, for its beaches, for its gallivanting, for its mega yachts, and many other things. So welcome everyone. I don't know too much about the city yet. Basically all I can tell you is that it started in ancient Greece. The name Nice doesn't mean nice, though people say that Nice is nice, and it's looking very nice. But the origin comes from Nike. It means victory. And it was the ancient Greeks who first gave the name to this city. And then the ancient Romans took over, they really expanded the city, and then by the Middle Ages they started building fortifications and it became a much more fortified city. And then since the 1700s, English people and then later Russians started coming here in droves, and it became quite a tourist destination because it's pretty temperate weather year round, including the winters are pretty mild and sunny. So people keep coming here for the beautiful sun, beaches, even if they don't swim in the wintertime. So it's a summer destination. Oh, and look at the architecture. This is one thing I'm really hyped. This is actually one of the few cities in all of France that doesn't have any Gothic architecture. There's barely any Gothic architecture. There's barely any neo-Gothic architecture. It's all this kind of beach vibes, some Art Deco, but a lot of Belle Epoque architecture. Oh my god, oh, this is the view I want to see. Ooh, this is giving me Naples vibes. Look at that. Ooh. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the Côte d'Azur. This is a perfect thumbnail shot. There we go. So if you were lucky to see me in 2019 when I visited Naples, I did a bus tour also in Naples, in Italy, and oh my god, it's looking a lot like the same thing. Mika, bonjour, nice to see you here. Hello, George, Susie, welcome. Kay says Nice is one of my summer cruise stops in October. Ooh, that's so cool. Oh, look how expensive this is. Okay, now I see why Nice is nice. This is very nice. And I can see why it's called the Côte d'Azur. Oh my god, those are some blue waters. I think right down there we're seeing Castle Hill, which was the majority of the old town. So the oldest buildings are right on that hill that we are seeing in the distance. So I'm going live a little bit early. I had spontaneously took this bus. My train was delayed, so I couldn't go live exactly at 3 p.m. French time. And then I saw this bus and I had to jump on the opportunity to see Nice by bus. I had a feeling I would see these views, and I'm so happy I did. It's not like New York City. There's not that many bus tours that run at night here in these European cities. So if you see a bus tour before 6 p.m., take it. Wow. The Mediterranean Sea is what we're looking at right now. Beautiful, crystal clear blue. Susie says, "Are you tired from your delayed transit? You don't sound tired." No, it was a short trip from Avignon to here. It was a 2.5 hour high-speed rail train. I was delayed a little bit more than an hour. It was a bit stressful because I had to transfer to another station to catch my train. But after that, once I got into the train, it was so comfy. I had first class. First class was really luxurious. And I got here quickly, and my Airbnb, oh my God. I can't wait to show all of you at the end of my stay where I'm staying. This is gorgeous. Ooh, here we're seeing the cruise ships. After seeing Rick Steves' episode on cruises, he has a beautiful episode, hour long, that shows how it feels to go on a cruise in the Mediterranean. It convinced me that I at least have to experience a cruise at least once in my life. So let me know if you hear me well. I'm whispering, of course. There's other people here on the tour trying to listen to the audio guide, so I'm trying to speak a little bit lower. So the volume of my mic. We're going fast. I think this bus driver might be one of the drivers in the Monaco Grand Prix. Susie says, "Kay, take me on your cruise." Mika says, you can hear me well. Awesome. Mater says, "Loud and proud." Awesome. Cool. Perfect. Thank you. Wow, look at that. I wonder what celebrities or royalty from other countries are hanging out here. You know, there's a risk when it comes to double-decker bus tours in some cities that are not a big city like Paris or London or New York. You do take the risk of taking these bus tours, and you're only stuck seeing like kind of the historic center, and you spend $20-$25 more, €30, and all you did was a loop around the historic center. I am so glad that Nice is not the case here. George says, probably George Clooney. You know, George Clooney, I think, is more of a fan of Lake Como. But who knows? And the man is so rich, he probably has a few extra homes. I think Brad Pitt lives in the Côte d'Azur. Raphael says, "You're in the French Riviera near Monaco." Yes, I am. Oh my God. Oh my God. I almost got decapitated by palm trees. Adam says, "What is there to do in Nice?" Nice has a few historic buildings, but what is Nice most famous for is the beach, the lounging, the gallivanting, going to beautiful bars by the seaside, cruise ships stopping by, hopping between the cities, going to different beaches. That's the main attraction. Of course, there's other things to do. Food here is pretty famous as well. Ooh, old industrial building. Look at that. Oh, this is reminding me of El Viejo San Juan in Puerto Rico. Or more like El Condado in Puerto Rico. So Mika says George Clooney has a vast side in Provence near Brad Pitt's vineyard. So Brad Pitt has a vineyard in Provence nearby. Gary says, "Are these is the driver here the cousin of the Belfast driver?" Yeah, I think so. I think he might be riding in Monaco Grand Prix. Oh my god! Don't lose your head. Susie says it does look like PR. PR is calling. PR is indeed calling. It is indeed calling. Whoa. Oh my god, there's even a, what is that called, as a name? Oh, I hope we could get a better view. It's the thing that's in El Morro, in El Viejo San Juan. It's part of the, right here, there we go. It has a name in Spanish. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, this is stunning. Ooh, fortification up there as well. Look at that. Peggy says, I hope you enjoy, I have enjoyed Nice several times. We'll return soon. You can explore the village, enjoy the cafes, swim in the Mediterranean. Dozens of charming villages in the hills. Yes, yes, that's the other attraction in this area of France. Is there's a lot of tiny little towns and villages. They hop around. There's some ancient Greek ruins. There's a lot of cool stuff. Monaco is just right around the corner. Who knows what we'll see on this adventure. Nobu says, this is the city I was born and raised in. Oh, that's so cool, Nobu. Ooh, more fortifications here. Interesting. Or a seawall. One of those two. Milan says, I've been to Nice just one time in 2003. This is my first time in the south of France, period. I just came from Avignon. But this is the first time in Nice, and wow, it's stunning. No, but that's so cool that you're from here. You're Niçois, I think is how it's said. It's funny, at first I thought it was Nicaean, but Nicaean is from the Middle East, from Jesus' time. I wonder why the people from Nice decided on Niçois rather than Nicaean. Anthony Ryan, ooh. Anthony Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. That's so kind of you. $10 super chat says, may I suggest a cafe in Nice called Volupt? It was my favorite place to get tea and coffee. Also, if you get to nearby town of Eze, you won't be disappointed. Ooh, thank you, Anthony. Volupt. Sounds cool. Thank you so much. Barris says the south of France is one of my favorite stops. This is a cool fortification. I gotta come over here. Wow. Who says, I don't recognize this area. I guess, yeah. Mika says, I like salad niçoise. Yeah, I'm so glad you love salad niçoise. I can't believe that buses have a tight turning radius, says Adam. Yeah, these bus drivers in Europe, they have some quite tight turns. I'm very impressed. No, but we're right now, I think, driving eastward. I'm not sure if we're still within the city limits of Nice. The urban area of Nice is huge. It's 1 million people. It's very, very big. But the city limits are pretty small. So Nobu's saying a real salad niçoise is no beans, no potatoes. Ooh, that's good to know. Thank you. You know, I don't think I've ever had in my life a salad niçoise. So maybe I'll have it for starter here. Usually I'm not eager to try salads. Aside from Greece. Greek salads are really something else. But I'll give salad niçoise a try. Anthony says, I think bus rides are a great way to get a lay of the land. I need to do more of that in my future travels. Yes, highly recommend it. Just double check the map. If you are going to a small city, like if you were to go to Avignon, basically the bus tour is only going to give you like a loop around the historic center. Some cities can't even really go inside. I went to a city, I forgot which one it was. Amsterdam, they couldn't really drive inside Amsterdam, of course, naturally. So it just did a loop around Amsterdam. And it's not so interesting, that kind of circle around Amsterdam. So it wasn't really worth taking that bus tour in Amsterdam. But here and many other cities like Paris and New York are really worth it. Boston, DC, Naples as well. We got a lot of people coming in. Alexander says it's like a chickpea pancake. Ooh, we're referring to a different dish? Thank you so much. Laura Lee says, my husband and I took a train from Paris to Nice and I loved the easygoing pace of Nice. Yep, I can tell the easygoing pace of Nice. I can really tell. Like, I got off the train with my huge luggage. I'm carrying a lot because I bought like souvenirs. This is probably the trip that I bought the most souvenirs after Mexico. And I buy books as well. And I bought clothes, so I have a lot of stuff on me. So I'm carrying like a big luggage plus a very big tote bag. And I'm going fast, and I find myself keep getting stuck with the people trying to walk on the street, which I found very amusing. That me with a lot of stuff, I'm walking miles faster than the typical person here in Nice. Peggy says, from Menton to Eze, Vence, St. Paul de Vence, Turrets, La Turbine, Cannes, so many places to name. Ooh, I'm so glad you think so. Dindin says, no New York pace here, yeah. Laura Lee says, I do relate to that experience. That's so cool. Okay, so we're backtracking now. I wonder if we'll go somewhere new or we're just going to a start point. Not sure. Let's see. There's an audio guide, by the way, in a few of the languages. Let's see. It's probably... Wow. Up to 16 languages. Nobu says, I think you're Villefranche. Villefranche. Oh, thank you so much. Villefranche. Okay. Maybe. Villefranche. Adam says, what do people do when they come with their luggage into a new place? People usually go straight to the hotel or to their Airbnb. It depends on the check-in time, but if you're in a hotel, you can go way before your check-in time and just leave your luggage at the hotel. You can't really go into your room, but at least you'll be able to leave your luggage at the hotel. Sometimes they have a specific baggage room where they lock it up. Sometimes they don't. So it's at your discretion. And then you can explore the city until you wait for check-in. The other thing, if it's Airbnb, sometimes you do have to ask the Airbnb owner ahead of time. They might be able to accommodate. Sometimes they won't. So in that case, you either have to just stick around with your luggage until check-in time, which is usually between the hours of 2 to 4 p.m. It's very rare that's later than that, if it ever happens. Sometimes they'll allow you to check in early. And worst case scenario, if you have to wait until 4, you got there in the morning, then just go to a cafe. Sometimes there's places to actually leave your luggage. In Europe, a lot of train stations have lockers for luggage, which I think are fairly safe. I've never tried them myself. There's an app called Luggage Hero, which you might be able to use. And there you leave your luggage at like a business that signs up for Luggage Hero, but that's also at your own risk. Otherwise, what I do sometimes is wait at a cafe until I can check in. Hey Roy, nice to see you here. Pablo says, I just opened for a second, I thought you were in the roller coaster. No. Barra says, Cannes is the Beverly Hills of France. They're sister cities. I heard. Justin says, you've been out of the country for a long time. May I ask, did you research and plan all your destinations out? Were you planning to be overseas that long, or do you just keep on winging it? I planned for 3 months. I'm actually staying 3 months and a half, so I extended my stay. The reason I'm able to stay in Europe for 3 months and a half is because I have not been in the EU concurrently the entire time. I took a few weeks in the UK. So aside from that, I did extend my trip. When I originally planned, I only really planned about 7 weeks was fully booked. So I booked my hotel stay, Airbnb, and my flights/trains. Then about a little bit less than a month ago, I planned the rest of my trip. So this Nice was not originally what I planned in the very beginning. I didn't know I was coming to Nice. I decided that a few weeks ago. So Joey recommends pisaladire, which is nice onion pizza, Nice onion pizza, and soca, which is a chickpea pancake. Oh, cool. Can't wait to try some typical Nice cuisine, especially since it has a little bit of Italian in it. So Nice, for a short while, was part of Italy. So there's a lot of Italian culture here. Islam says, are you taking suggestions for day trips? Yeah. If anyone has suggestions, always feel free to let me know in the comments, or in the comments after the live video is done, or send me a message. I don't respond to all messages and comments, but I do read them. So I do appreciate suggestions. So thank you everyone who sent suggestions in the past. I appreciate it. Mater says, I'm glad you extended it. Yeah, that's why the final scheduled live video will be September 10th. Slav recommends the Chateau Lacoste, La Puissante Parde. Pardon my French. That's so cool. You have the chateau. That sounds awesome. Thank you, Miss Long. The Rothschild one, right? Susie's the many more snowy Alps. You know, we're actually at the foothills, like the actual end of the Alps. So Susie, technically we're still at the Alps. They're just like right there. But they're not snowing. Miss Lob says Bob Dylan has a huge art installation here. Cool, called a rail car. Thank you. That's interesting. Adam says, what do you think about day trip to Monaco? Who knows what will be featured on this show? Monaco's slightly tricky because Monaco actually has its own cell phone service, but still within the EU. So who knows? Stay tuned, Adam. You might see many wonderful places in the Côte d'Azur. Or maybe it'll just be me at the beach and that's it. And that'll just be the rest of the live videos until I go to the next destination. Yep, no more walking, ladies and gentlemen. Just me at the beach, lounging. Janice, nice to see you here. Welcome. Miss Lob says the Bob Dylan installation is at the chateau. Oh, cool. Thank you, Miss Lob. George says my Italian sounds wonderful. Ah, grazie mille. Hey, Guadalupe. Guadalupe started tuning in when I visited Our Lady of Guadalupe. Thank you so much for tuning in, Guadalupe. It says, nice for taking us a tour of the city. My pleasure. Mary says, perhaps a philosophical live chat at the beach. That actually would be nice. Alright, my yacht is right there. I'll come back to it later. Teacup says, you saw Guadalupe in Mexico City? Yep, I have 2 full live videos on it. I go really, really deep into its history and mythology and lore and religion and spirituality, all aspects of it. So check it out. It's one of my favorite live videos that I've ever done is Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City last year. James says, I love European architecture. Me too, James. Wow. What is this? That's an interesting monument. 1918. It seems to be a World War One. And by the way, today's Liberation Day. The great British, Canadians, Americans, Australians, many other countries helped, along with the French, helped liberate France. And today is that anniversary. George, you really remember the small details of live streams. George says, Ernesto, the black squirrel, wants you to come back to New Mexico City. Oh, once they improve their live streaming service, I'll go there in a heartbeat. But their cell phone reception sucks. And it's crazy expensive. I was spending about $20 a day. So hopefully they'll fix that, and then I'll go in a heartbeat back to Mexico. It's Aperol time. Yeah, it looks like it. Some Aperol spritz. Alexander says there's a great market area to your right. Ooh, cool. That's awesome. Good to know. Thank you. Pistol says you have to go to Corsica from here. Yeah, Corsica is nearby. Sardinia too. Justin says you should go parasailing. It looks awesome. Oh, a plane is passing through. Neptunester says, why did the French change the name from Côte d'Azur to French Riviera? Is it officially changed? No. French Riviera, as far as my understanding, is purely the English name for this region. The official name is Côte d'Azur. Well, it's part of the Provence, Côte d'Azur, Alps region, but it's Côte d'Azur. So French Riviera comes from the English people who started coming here by the 1700s. Queen Victoria herself came here. So this was a very popular English holiday spot. Nowadays, a lot of English people go to Ibiza, but this used to be the main spot. Still kind of is for a lot of English people. From England, that is. And then later Americans, of course. I assume Americans started coming here more in the 1900s. Gruden says, I'm Gruden, who always comments on your destination. Gruden, nice to see you here. Gruden, I hope you don't find this also ugly as you did Amsterdam and many of our other destinations. Hope you're doing well, Gruden. Hope this area brings you a little bit of joy. I really do hope. Anthony says, woohoo, we're passing by your hotel, the Meridian. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Mika says, where's Gary and Susie? Susie are down there in some island that belongs to Spain. I don't know how to swim, so I'm a little bit scared of doing paragliding. McDonald's. Can't escape the McDonald's. Ooh, here we have a casino. Casino Room. But it's not Monte Carlo. Can't wait to see this building. Lorelei says you have to go into the water. You know, I have been to many places in Europe, and this, passing by train via the Côte d'Azur, is the only place in Europe that has so far compelled me to go into the water. Wow, this is a gorgeous building. Oh my God, Palais le Mediterranean. Palace of the Mediterranean. Wow. Susie says it feels like a little bit like Vegas. Yeah, you know, people first called it the Vegas of Europe when it got popular again in the 1900s after World War II. So the Germans actually used, I think it was this building, but it was one of these buildings. I think it's this one that we're coming up, used as their headquarters for this area of France. Unfortunately, right before France was liberated, it was around 20 to 30 men were executed who were part of the French resistance. So sad. Just a mere short days before France was liberated by the coalition of Americans, Brits, Canadians, a few other countries. But that architecture we just saw is Belle Epoque architecture, so late 1800s. But while people might have called this the Las Vegas, I think this is more the Miami. Well, I'm sure there's other places in Europe that are a little bit more party central than Nice, but it does have a little bit of a Miami look. Also kind of reminds me of Thessaloniki in Greece. Though it's not really a beach city, it does have a similar look. Susie says Las Vegas is fake, this is the real thing. I'm not sure if Las Vegas has copied the French Riviera. Do let me know. Have they? They copied Monaco with the Monte Carlo. Yeah, let me know if Vegas has a French Riviera, Côte d'Azur type of resort. I would never forget when I was exploring the Grand Canals of Venice, my colleague, who also does live videos, Action Kid, was covering the Venetian Hotel in Vegas. So it was awesome for any viewer who got the chance to see both sides of the Venetian in Vegas versus the real Venice. Pistol says you're probably almost fluent in French. Ooh, oui, oui. Oui, monsieur. C'est possible. Barris says Carlo in Vegas is no longer there. No! They had a terrible buffet. I had fond memories of eating that horrible buffet in the Monte Carlo in Vegas. No, so sad to see it go. Well, I guess one has to go to the real Monte Carlo then. I love this bus tour. Wow, this is a long one. You get to see a lot of stuff. Ooh, look at that mountain. Oh my god. Grant says pretty buildings. Yeah, gorgeous architecture. Gorgeous architecture. It's like Paris, but more summery. Hassan says, you visit Marseille? No, I have not visited Marseille. I'm a bit far away. Let me know what you think of Marseille. Susie says, are there buffets in Nice? Only probably breakfast buffets at the hotels. Probably the only thing. Yeah, buffets. I have not encountered them in Europe aside from breakfast at hotels. The best buffet I've tried was in Stockholm for my breakfast. It was at the Hobo Hotel. Despite the name, it was a great hotel. Check out the short video. NK says, oh, just caught you live. Thank you, Sue, for sharing. My pleasure. Adam says there are more mountains in Nice than just one. Oh, good to know. Thank you, Adam. Yeah. And now we're passing the train station, the rail station. Right here you can catch the high speed over to Paris. It stops in Antibes, it goes off to Avignon, and then further up into Paris. Avalon says this kind of looks like Makati in the Philippines. It's nice that you made it to Nice, says Avalon. Just a few hours away from the snows of Mont Blanc. Yeah. I wonder if Mont Blanc is visible from here on a sunny day. You can see it from Lyon. Can you see it from Nice? I don't think so. There might be stuff blocking it. So Gare, Gate. The name of the train stations always usually have the word Gare in it. And Ville means like the city, the town, the main center. Roy shows another bay area. Here we're at the Côte d'Azur. Nice has a beautiful bay. We went to Naples with a beautiful bay, but if you want to see US, Roy does live videos of San Francisco. T. Chronic says, Marseille is very diverse. It's the Naples of France. Oh, interesting. Thank you. A lot of the rail stations are being redeveloped. Well, not the stations themselves, but right around the stations. This is the case in Lyon, case in Avignon. reason that this is happening is because France, along with Spain, Netherlands, and overall the European Union, is trying to take out airplane rides that are shorter than 6 hours, or trips that could be made on train shorter than 6 hours. They're trying to take all of that away. So there won't be. The EU is trying to get to a place where there's really no domestic flights within countries. And if you want to get between big major cities, also there's no flights between those cities. So you will have to take a train. So there's a lot of emphasis now on these new train stations, high speed. So that would be really cool. For example, they are thinking of doing more connections to France and Spain, between Italy and Spain, which would go through France. There's a lot of cool stuff happening with trains here. Sue says gare and guard are pronounced the same, really. Alien says great for the environment. Yeah, I prefer trains anyway. I avoided airplane as much as I can. The only reason I took airplane was because I wanted to go from Edinburgh to Copenhagen. That would have not been feasible via train. So it would be nice if they keep those flights, of course. And then from Stockholm over to Amsterdam, I would have taken train, but it wasn't really feasible either because of the connections that kind of suck between those countries. So I had to take a plane. Otherwise than that, I've been train all the way. So only 2 flights within this entire trip. I have no more flights for the rest of the trip either. Hello, Danny. Nice to see you here. Danny, thank you so much for commenting on my recent Boulevard video. So everyone, I managed to post a video on Facebook. I'm still locked out, but I found a workaround that it really is hard to do. So I was able to post the last Boulevard video. So if you want to see the Boulevard collaboration, go on Facebook, Urbanist Live, share that video. I would really appreciate it. Comment on it. Because I would love to work with Boulevard again. We had great success on TikTok as well. So you can go Ariel Vieira, search for the video. It was about 2 weeks ago that I posted that one. And you can, if we get enough comments, I'll be able to work with them again, because it was a lot of fun to search up that very niche history about clocks in New York City. Susie says, I thought that was a repost. No, that was a new post. So that is a new post. So do comment and like on it and share it. Kate says you wouldn't get very far if you only had to rely on trains to get out of Ireland. Yeah, unfortunately Ireland has no connection with Scotland yet. I hope they change that. That would be really cool. But you know, Republic of Ireland isn't too willing to work with Scotland. Northern Ireland, not so much either. Pistols, are you calling me Boricua? Bori? You're killing it. Thank you. Can't wait to do the same. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Is Marseille the real French? Says Neptune Sir. Saying Marseille is the real French is like saying saying like New York is the real U.S. It's just a city. There's a lot more diversity in that city. Just like Paris is pretty diverse as well. If you want to see quintessential French, I think Lyon is probably the more classic French we've seen, especially with the cuisine. Almo says this is my 999 video, 999th video. What? Really? I didn't realize. Wow, I'm about to hit 1,000 videos. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for letting us know, Almo. Carl says, I wish U.S. had high-speed rail throughout the system. Me too. Me too. The U.S., hopefully Europe will inspire the U.S. because the U.S. cannot sustain massive roads. It costs way too much money and cannot sustain planes. With all the debacle that has been happening with planes, and now American Airlines, despite people getting stuck at airports and not having enough flights, they're now planning to reduce flights. There's a huge issue with airplane industry right now in Europe and in the U.S. Europe has trains, and they already have the infrastructure, and they have the people to build them. The U.S. doesn't, and the later they wait, the worse it's going to get. Peggy says, question on your gimbal. I have a Osmo 4. Curious how it changes with an adapter. Basically, all the gear I have connects via USB or USB-C. So I just use a USB multi-port charger to charge all my gear. And laptop, basically, I just switch out. You can switch out the little adapter on the Apple laptop. So yeah, it's very easy to switch out adapters. Don't think about it too much. Just get a USB charger of Europe or one that you can switch it out. They're available on Amazon. Just search international USB adapter. And George, yeah, says it's good to have an emergency power bank with you. Yep, I have a huge one. Mine's very heavy. MK says, thank you so much for the amazing tour. My pleasure, MK. All right, let's check out the beach. Benoit says, is this Promenade Anglais? I think it is the Promenade Anglais, the Promenade of the English. Anthony Ryan says, will you do a live stream parasailing? You know, I don't know how to swim, so that kind of terrifies me, parasailing. Though I wouldn't mind going on a yacht, that's for sure, or on a boat, speedboat, that's okay. Gislop says, is this the Mediterranean Sea? It is, yeah. The Grand Mediterranean Sea. Right down there is Africa. Where would we be seen if we would look directly ahead? I would assume Nigeria. Mika says it's a stone beach. Yeah, no sand, unfortunately, here. We'll have to go over to Côte and other parts to get some sandy beaches. Let me know in the comments, what is the best beach, or send me a message, the best beach in the Côte d'Azur. This love says Morocco. I think Morocco is more aligned with Spain. But maybe Morocco is a bit longer. I think we're reaching the end of the bus tour now. Oh, I got mute. No. Okay, I had to mute, someone was playing very loud, popular rock music. Okay, they were coming back with the loud popular rock music. So that was the bus tour. What was the name of the company? I just went on a whim. So I don't know the name of the company. Let's see. What's the name of the company? It's not Leica. Nice Le Grand Tour, that's the name of the company. Nice Le Grand Tour. Right there. Carl says, I think Corsica and then Sardinia would be the lands you would see first. Ooh, interesting. I gotta take a look at the map. So that was the huge bus tour. I hope you enjoyed it. 1 hour. We started basically from the beginning. It was a lot of fun, and it is worth it because you get to see areas that you probably won't walking around, at least. You probably would require some type of vehicle to see them, a car or some other type of tour. So I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I said I was going to go live at 6 p.m., so I'll come back for another short live video and show you a little bit more of Nice, and then we're off to different other places around here in France. Andrew says, listen to Peggy. Last of beaches is Antibes. Ooh, Antibes. Oh, thank you so much. 8 best beaches are Côte, Plague de Boca. Okay, thank you so much. Do write a comment after this live video is done, or send me a message. I would love that. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Au revoir, mes amis.